Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. I am so excited to be here with you. My name is Virginia Rivera, and I am going to be your trainer today here in what is an Entrepreneurs Bootcamp. I would like to move here a little and get more comfortable. I am talking to you from sunny Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. And the truth is that we wanted to make sure that you understood what a boot camp is and what you can expect from having or participating in an entrepreneur's boot camp. The truth is that it's an intensive 2 to 3 days of working together with your trainer and with your community. The people are going to be joining you, but it's also not serious. It's fun. It's interactive. It's really bringing in the best of both worlds about being in a regular classroom or in an academic. And most importantly, you will be led by an entrepreneur, a person that actually does that. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a coach. I'm a mentor. I'm a consultant for businesses. So what I do every day is visit different customers and receive in my office different clients that want to start a business, have a business, are having issues with their business. They want to fix something or they want to grow that business, right? So it's really important that we start to find mentors in our careers. What we want to do, they're going to help us. So I serve as mentor to a lot of women entrepreneurs because I have specialized in where I live in Puerto Rico. I have specialized in really helping women attain their financial economy, their autonomy, so they can have their own money, so they can stop dreaming and start doing. And my question to you today is that, are you ready to start doing what you really want to do in your life? Are you ready to appreciate the employment that you have, but realize that you are in the driver's seat to make the money that you want? You see, many times we love our job. We're grateful. We feel blessed, but it's not enough. So if I told you that becoming an entrepreneur would help you attain the money that you need weekly, monthly, in order to live the life that you want to lead. It's as easy as really finding out what you're good at, what you've done before. What are those strengths? How many times you've been at work and they sit you down for a performance review? And what they're going to concentrate on is on the things you don't do well. They really don't concentrate on the things you do well, on the ones that you don't do well. So they are actually leading you through your weaknesses. And many times people say, well, there's areas of opportunity, right? So we can improve. But the truth is, and it's been proven by studies, that if you lead with your strength, your outcome is going to be a lot more positive than if you lead trying to overcome your weaknesses. When we have a weakness, you know what we do? We get somebody that is good at that. That is their strength. And we concentrate on ours. So today we're going to be talking about what is a boot camp. I think that we received a lot of questions when we put our ad out for an Entrepreneurs Bootcamp of what it entails and why is it a paid certification. So paid certifications are a bit different than your free sessions that you have all the time in IIU. And that is because the trainer is a specialist in that area, because the trainer has been doing this for many, many years, and they are actually experts. So when you have a certification by that trainer and by IIU, you have something tangible in your hands that you can bring anywhere and say, I did this. And you will get paid according to what you've studied and what you've improved in. So many times we were like, why do I have to pay? Well, usually the resource may require payment, or the truth is that the resource has been doing this for 20, 30 years, and we are actually respecting and acknowledging that we're going to be receiving great information, state-of-the-art information, and whatever is the latest trend in whatever we're doing. So I want you today to accompany me in what this entrepreneurial bootcamp would look like. And why is it so important to me as Virginia that you take the certification in IIU? Well, first of all, IIU is in 195 countries. We are the #1 virtual learning platform. So when you sit here, you can rest assured that you are with the best teachers, educators, and most importantly, the best global learners. They're going to be part of your community. When our founder, Piyush Pandit, decided that he wanted to make sure that quality education was accessible to everybody, this was his invention. This is what he came up with. He wanted to transform education. He wanted to make sure that you didn't have to study and pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Either you do it free or for a nominal, and I mean nominal, donation. So the truth is, are you ready to invest in the biggest investment you'll ever make? And the most important one, that is you. We believe in you. IIU believes in you. Mr. Pandit believes in you. You believe in you. I would say let's ask that question throughout our talk today. This is a short and sweet explanation of what you can expect when you do actually participate in the Entrepreneurs Bootcamp. There is a staggering study that said that more than 2/3 of the world lives under poverty. You may know somebody who's poor. You may know somebody that cannot pay for their basic necessities. Another staggering number is that 67% of women around the world live under the poverty line. Women normally lead communities. Women normally are heads of household, or they direct and nurture this household. So if this household is under the poverty line, then those basic needs are not being met. So I always say, if we have talents and ability, we have experiences that we can actually use to create a product or service, and somebody will exchange money, right? Exchange money for us. So we give them what we have and they give us their money. We will be able to start to control the future. So I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you not to raise your kids. I'm not telling you to ignore your tradition. I'm telling you to pay attention to something that can transform your life, that can transform the lives of your family, but most importantly, can transform the life in your community. So today, we are going to be just checking out and see what is an entrepreneur's workshop. So boot camp. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. What is an entrepreneur's bootcamp? And the truth is, we needed to do this because I think that maybe the bootcamp was something that was not understood, or why should I take some type of certification in entrepreneurship? Well, if you want to do it the right way and you want to make sure that you have this step by step, and that a person that's already done it many, many times and that has helped over thousands of women and men do it around the world, then I would say I want to be in this bootcamp. So what is the definition of entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the process of identifying opportunities, abilities, and really creating something of value that you can start managing as a business venture, right? We say in Puerto Rico that entrepreneurship is really putting action into an idea and creating something that's going to generate income so you can attain your financial autonomy. So it's important to realize that without entrepreneurs, our economies would not function. Entrepreneurs drive innovation, they create jobs, and they contribute to economic growth and development. So let's explore this. Be correct. We're going to be looking today at the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. What do you need in order to be a successful entrepreneur? The benefits of entrepreneurship, future steps to start a business, essential skills for entrepreneurs, common challenges that are faced, strategies for success, resources for the entrepreneurs, and case studies of successful people. So let's start. What are the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs? Number one, passion and determination. If there's no passion, you're probably not going to get up the day that it's very, very hot or very, very cold, or that you have a headache. How do we get that passion? What makes you want to wake up in the morning? What would you do if it was free and nobody paid you, but you still would love to do it? What is that? And determination, I'm not going to give up. The tenacity to not give up. Successful entrepreneurs are driven by their passion for their business idea and have the determination to overcome any obstacle. Risk-taking ability. So we need to be risk takers. Let me tell you something. A lot of people say, Virginia, a lot of women, because that's who I work with normally. I am not a risk taker, and their mother. And I always say, so why did you have children? Didn't you risk your life to have children? Yes. Actually, having children is one of the most dangerous things a body can withstand. It is 57 times more painful, 57 times than a heart attack. But women do it every day. Every day we have children. So let me tell you, you are a risk taker because you believe in love. You believe in bringing children into the world because you believe that humanity needs people. So you take that risk. So yes, you are a risk taker, definitely. Creativity and innovation. Entrepreneurs think outside the box, come up with unique ideas, and find innovative solutions to problems. So your mother thinks it's stupid. It's not really a good idea. Your father thinks that it's been done so many times. If you have a different way of doing it, if you are bringing your differentiator, what makes you unique into the proposition, do it. Do it. We need more of that. And let me tell you, innovation drives the world. And innovation is just seeing necessities, things that have not been met correctly, and putting a solution to the problem. I am sure that you have had many instances in your life when you've said, this doesn't really work for this. But you just sit back and wait for somebody else to come up with it. You know what? I know you, right? Why not you? And also adaptability and flexibility. So we need to make sure that we can adapt to changing market conditions and we're willing to pivot. And that means switch if things are not going well. So let me give you an example. Right now, we've all been through the pandemic, right? We were working every day, going to work, right? We would take our transportation and be a car, public transportation, walk, a bike, whatever. But we made it to work every day. The pandemic comes and it closes down, and we can no longer go to work every day. So some companies took the easy way and they just said, well, we can't give you work. Bye. Some companies found innovative solutions. And this was somebody who came up with it. A company is nothing if it doesn't have people. So somebody came up with the idea of, why don't we just do it from home? We already have technology. So why don't they use it and we communicate this way? You know what? Around 70% of the companies around the world worked remotely. They didn't give up. The other 30%, yes, people lost their jobs. And you know who? Mostly women. Why? Because they had to decide between taking care of the kids or going to work or really sitting down in a desk. And when you have kids, you can't really sit down in a desk and be in a meeting, right? Because your kids need your attention, or you had to be a teacher. So if you're a woman and you're watching this today, I want to say this is for you. But this is for men, women, anyone that wants to have a little more control over their life. So you see the characteristics for a successful entrepreneur. It's not a Harvard degree. It isn't. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be from a well-named family. You don't have to have thousands of dollars or rupees in the bank. You know what you need? Passion and determination. That's natural and that's free. And it's in you. You need risk-taking abilities. We all take risks. Every day when we leave our house, we take a risk. Because if we stay home and save, then nothing will happen to us. But you know what would happen? Most likely we'll go hungry. And if we go hungry, we'll die. So yeah, creativity and innovation. The majority of us at one point or another have said, wow, why are they doing it this way when we could have done it this way? You have it in you. It's natural. It's in your brain. It's there. And adaptability and flexibility, those are so cheap. They're free. You can do that. It's embracing change and really reacting quickly, right? So everything that you need in order to be a successful entrepreneur is already in you. So forget right now about going to college if that has been a hang up that you're like, oh my God, I can't get a real job or a good job because I don't have college. Because let me tell you, IIU is here for you. IIU is here for you so you can learn a skill that you can use to make money. That is what we are good at. We are skill set driven. So stay where you're at because this gets better. So what are the benefits of entrepreneurship? Independence and freedom. I think that we all know that to be independent is to work on your own accord, right? Working under your own mind. Nobody's telling you what to do. Freedom. Freedom is really being able to do whatever I want for my life. And that brings us happiness. So entrepreneurs want to have that freedom. They can have that freedom to make their own decisions and many times be their own bosses. Potential for financial success. The truth is that when you're an entrepreneur, you make the decisions. You wake up every day at the time that you think, today I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and somebody asked me, why are you waking up so early? Well, I am an entrepreneur. And because I knew that I had to sit down with you here today, I wasn't going to be able to use this time. So I worked earlier. So my clients were fulfilled while I am here sitting down explaining what an entrepreneur bootcamp is, right? So I have the freedom and the potential to work in my own hours. I can make the profits that I want to make. So let's say that I want to go to India in October. And right now, my bank is not looking that great. I have the opportunity to say, well, I want to make $10,000 this month. You know what? I can't. Nobody can tell me I can't. It's up to me to go out there and sell whatever it is that I have. Are you getting me? So you are in control. Another benefit of entrepreneurship is the opportunity to make a positive impact. Entrepreneurs, number one, have the time, but they also have the will to be able to help and solve other people's problems. They actually can go out there and help people improve their lives. When you see what you have done, when you do social impact, when you leave a legacy, when you are a change maker and you actually see change happening, that's an incredible benefit. It will bring you so much health. It will bring you so much happiness. So that's another benefit. And personal and professional growth. Entrepreneurship offers continuous learning, personal development, and most importantly, it gives you the opportunity to network and talk to other people that will do the same thing as you. So let's say that you live in a little patch of land, you have your little house, and you have 10 orange trees or mango trees. Let's say that. And those mangoes are there and they're falling because you're just one person and you can't eat all those mangoes. What does the mind tell you? It says, why don't we sell those mangoes? So you get all your mangoes, you sort them out, the ones that are good, the ones that are bad, and you take them to market. But you know, your trees are giving so much that you need more than just going to market. So you're actually decided to make jam. We decided to make candy with it. And you now need, number one, to get people to help you. And you can pay them a little bit because you're going to be making money, right? So you're giving somebody a job. But most importantly, you're going to start to talk to other people that are doing the same thing as you. They're also selling candies. They're also picking fruit and selling fruit. This becomes your community. And not only that, this becomes the group of people that are going to help you when you need them. So it is really, really important that you keep your eyes open for all these opportunities because these are benefits and they're benefits for you. So what do we need to do in order to start a business step by step? Remember that today we're not going to be talking about how to start your business. These are the steps that you need to start a business. If you join the boot camp, the Entrepreneurs Bootcamp, we will go with you, step by step, so you can start writing and crafting what your business is going to be. So today I'm going to tell you what those steps are to start a business. Number one, you're going to identify a business idea. I just gave you one. You have a bunch of trees, mango trees at home. You're only one person. Mangoes are falling out and they're getting rotten. And you're like, ding, 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 ding. I have a business. So your first business that you think is, I'm going to put them all in a basket. I'm going to go sell them. But then you realize that you have a lot of mangoes. So you can't only sell. So you decide you're going to make candies with them. So you find a recipe and you start making candy. You know what? This is a business idea. And when you're brainstorming and you're researching the potential of your business idea, you're going to realize that you can make candy, that you can actually provide to restaurants, that you can go obviously to the market, that you can make preserves. There's so many things. But not only that, you continue to get better. So you started your first recipe. In 3 months, I guarantee that you are an expert because practice makes perfect. Not only that, you probably spoke with somebody that already does it. They came over, helped you, and they told you something that's very important: market demand. We need to know how much people need. So if you're bringing 7 baskets to a market that's very small, you're probably going to go home with 6 baskets. So let's not make that extra effort, right? Let's bring 2. One that I know I'm going to sell for sure, and one just in case people come. But I won't use all that energy to bring 7 because I won't use them. So you need to know what the demand is for your product. And let me tell you, if you don't do this research before, you will learn and it's going to cost you. So let's do our research. Number 2, you need to conduct market research. And market research is as easy as you go to a market. Let's continue working with our mango venture. And you see the stalls and they all have mango. So you're thinking, wow, they all have mango. So why should I come? Do they have cut mango? Do they have chilled mango? Do they have green and ripe mangoes? Do they have salads with mangoes? Probably not. So this is where you start to say, I have mangoes at home. I have 2 hands. I can come to market, but I can't have a stall full of mangoes because everybody else does. So what am I going to do differently? I'm going to cut them. I'm going to package them. I'm going to put them in a little cooler so people can eat them and refresh themselves. Or I can create little salads with it using some really delicious spices and some oil. That's delicious. And it's a vegetarian. So, just conduct market research is knowing you analyze who your market is, who's going to buy from you, who your competition is, and you're going to customize the needs of the people that you want to sell. So you have work to do. So get up and do it. Develop a business plan. So this is probably the biggest hurdle that I think people create in their mind. When you decide that you want to go to dinner with family, you just don't show up at a restaurant and everybody's there. No, you actually call them first, right? And you're like, hi, how are you? First, you ascertain that they're there and they're okay. 2, I was thinking of going out to eat as a family on Sunday. Are you interested? Demand. 3, what's your price range? What are you looking for? You're not going to take them to a place that is super expensive if they can't afford to pay for it, right? Unless you're paying for it. But most likely you'll say, so what is your price range? And they'll say, well, I don't want to spend more than, 300 rupees per person, or $5 per person, or £7 per person. So you're already thinking budget, right? You're making a budget. Okay, and at what time? This is logistics. So we're going to meet there at this time because usually it's very, very full. So you're thinking about everything that's happening. And most importantly, how are we going to get there? So believe me or not, you just created a business plan. You actually found the people, your target audience. You did your market research, asked them, do you want to go? Are you interested in something that you want to do? Number three, you asked them, what's your price range? This is budget. How much money do you have to invest? 5, 4, do you know what the competition is? You know what the market is? Have you been there before? Is it full? Is it empty? 5, how are we going to get there? How is your product going to get there? You see, we all create business plans every single day. But when we hear the word business plan, we freak out. And we're like, no, I can't do this. So I will show you in our boot camp how to create a business plan in one day that has everything you need in order to get your business going. That is why it's important to register for the Entrepreneurship Bootcamp. You're going to also need funding, right? And resources. So one of the things that we need to do is identify how much money. If I don't have any money, which may be a lot of people's problems, and that's why they want to be an entrepreneur, then you can think of the people that you know that want good things for you, and that we call that bootstrapping, and that are willing to lend you, right? So you can give them different propositions. If you lend me this, I'll give you 10 mangoes with the payment, or I'll pay you with interest, or I'll make you a small business partner, or give you a little bit percent of equity. You know, there's so many things that we can do in order to bring and secure funding. We can get a loan. We can use our credit cards, which is what I would say never to do because the interest is so high, but it's a lot of people do it and they pay it off quickly. So those interests don't catch up with you. And you register the business. So another thing that's very important. So we all decide that we know that we want a business, but we're going to do it under the table so we don't have to pay taxes above the table. Well, let me tell you, if you are letting people know that you have a business on social media, you're no longer under the table. You are actually standing on top of the table telling the entire world that you have a business. So the best recommendation that I can give you is register your business with your government. So your country knows that you are a business person, that you're an entrepreneur, because there are a lot of incentives. There are a lot of credit cards. There's a lot of help and grants for people that have businesses. But if you are not registered and you are not formal, they can't help you. There are also a lot of companies around the world that lend money to micro entrepreneurs. Those are small entrepreneurs like you and me, and they lend it for 0 interest. You need to be registered. So we need to find out what country you're at and how we're going to register them. What are the skill sets that I am going to need, not characteristics, the skill set that I'm going to need to hone on, perfect, get better at? Not, now. I mean, you start now, but it doesn't mean that if you don't have them perfectly now, you can't start your business. So you're going to continue doing it, every single day. But it is important that you know what those are. So you can say, I have this, or I need to work on it, right? So let's look at this skill set. Number 1, leadership and management. Effective leadership and management skills are crucial for guiding and motivating your team. So most likely you will say, Virginia, it's just me. I'm a solopreneur. I'm doing this by myself. Great. That takes leadership. Because if you don't pull yourself out of bed, it's not going to be just you. It's going to be nobody because you're not getting yourself out of bed, right? So we need to make sure that you realize that just getting out of bed and going and getting your things done requires leadership. And if you had a team, your team would follow you. I can tell you that we are inspired at IIU by an amazing leader. I have never, and I've worked in many companies, and I've done a lot of things in my life. I have never encountered a leader that is so admired by their team as Mr. Hughes. I met this gentleman 6 to 7 months ago. And I remember the third day, I told him, I said, I am so amazed at the respect and the esteem, and most importantly, how you are followed by your team. And that comes with great leadership and also with kind management. You know, we need to be human. So when we're managing people, we need to make sure that we are doing it with our heart, because they're giving us their bodies, their time, their heart, their family's time. And I have to say that this gentleman, right, this entrepreneur that is the founder of IIU, does that. Communication and networking. Another thing that I find super amazing at IIU, being a team member, is the strong communication that we have every single day from our leaders. Time and time again, there's communication, you know, and it's communication made with respect and with benevolence. So when you have strong communication skills, and let me tell you, if you don't feel that you have them, you can learn these. These help you in building relationships with your people and your clients and your vendors, with your stakeholders. Do they really trust me? I would say 80% of that is how you communicate. So communication skills is financial management. So understanding financial statements, like looking at them and knowing you started with this, you spent this, and now you have this. If this down here will not cover next month's this in the middle, you need to manage better, right? Either you go out and you do better sales campaigns, or you cut costs, or you look at where your money is leaking, because many times we're not spending extra money, we're investing correctly, but they may be one or two things that we don't realize, and our money is just leaking out there. So you need to have financial management savvy, or you get somebody that knows. And I always say that is one of the best relationships you can ever have. Marketing and sales. So marketing, this is very simple. I know there's a PPP and all these other things, and we will cover that in our boot camp. But I want you to think of one thing. Marketing is what you do, the strategies you employ to get people to your door, to get people to your screen, to get people to purchase, to use, to buy, to follow you. It's how do I bring people here to do what I want them to do, whatever that is. That is marketing. And in order to bring them to the door, we need to have also a sales plan, because once we get them to the door, what do we do with them? Do we show them the product? Do they taste the product? Do they take it and bring it back? Do we give them a trial offer? Like, what is the sales pitch? What is our sales plan? If we don't sell, we don't have a business. We need to sell. Problem solving and decision making. So really, really clue and very important. It's going to teach you how to make decisions. Like it or not, you're going to be really good at making decisions. And you're also going to be really good at problem solving, because you're solving your own problems. You're going to have to react to that. Common challenges faced by entrepreneurs. Number one, uncertainty and risk. I talked about risk. Nothing is guaranteed. Financial constraint. I don't have the money. I have limited financial resources. I have cash flow management. Let me tell you what cash flow is. Cash flow is, I have a purse, I have a wallet. There's money in that wallet, and I need to buy 30 things. I have a list of the things that I need to buy. Do I have enough money in that wallet to buy those and have left over for tomorrow? If I have no money, then I have a cash flow problem. Many times people have a lot of investments, assets, but they don't have. So you have 5 homes, that's great, but they're not making you money. So you have them there, that's an asset, if it makes you money. If it takes away money, then it's not. Now you inherited that asset, it's just sitting there, make it work for you, right? Work-life balance. These are challenges. Let me tell you, when you're an entrepreneur, part of your family is your business. It is what it is. Because you make some important decisions, unless you already have a manager that you trust with your life. You're like, or a partner that you trust. And you're like, you know what? I can leave and I know it's going to be in great hands because I taught them myself, because they have good sense, because they will call me if there's anything. But this is a real issue. We have work-life balance, and it's up to you to make balance. Some days it's going to be 80% work and 20% family, and other times it's going to be 80% you or family and 20% work. It just depends on where you need. But those are one of the challenges. Scaling and growth. So we have a business, and if it's enough for us to live off, that's great. But if we want to really impact future generations, we need to scale that business, right? We need to grow that business. We need to really see where it's going to take us so my future generations are okay also. And so I can invest and I can grow my estate. I want to tell you something really important. We talk about money, and I think money is very important because it buys us freedom. It buys us freedom to do the things that we want. But I want to tell you that you are important. Your health is important. Your family is important. So let's always keep this in mind. Okay? But I know that when we don't have money and we can't pay for our basic necessities, we're not free and we're not okay. And we're not in a good mood and we are very worried. So this is why we're here today. And this is why I want you to participate in the Entrepreneurs Bootcamp. So you can have a possibility to change the life that you lead. Strategies for success. Number one, you need to build a strong support network. Many times we think that our family are going to be our biggest support. Sometimes they are. Some people are just really blessed. But sometimes our families can be our worst enemies when it comes to supporting our business. You know why? Because they love us so much that they don't want us to risk anything. So they want to protect you. So you need to then find other entrepreneurs and other mentors and people that think like you so they can support you. And one of the ways to do this is actually taking a course where everybody that's there has a like-minded idea, and then they become a community and they can continuously learn and adapt. You need to stay updated with what's going on with what you do. If picking mangoes is your thing, and you realize that you're doing it by hand, standing on a ladder, that could be a little dangerous. And you just found out that there's a ladder that has a net, or there's an electric grabber and it comes with a net. So you actually have an electric grabber that you can grab, and whatever falls, you capture in a net. It's a lot easier than going up there and just getting one by one by one, right? So we need to always stay updated on what's going on and who's doing what in my area. So again, going back to the mango, I'm in agriculture, and I need to make sure that my mangoes are sweet, they are not sick, that my tree is nurtured, right? So I can get the best product. So all that really requires that you continue to educate, that you continue to find professionals that can help you and you can learn from them. Embrace failure and learn from it. Okay, so for some reason, a lot of us were raised with the aversion of saying failure. We don't even like to say the word. We are so freaked out about it. We don't want to say failure because we think we're calling it. Let me tell you something. If you are not set up to fail, you're never going to set up for success. You need to make sure that you realize that this first time may not be good, but you're going to learn. That the second time got better, but it's not where I want to go. You learn. That the third time may be a charm, or maybe the fourth. So failure, and really looking at it in the face and saying, you know what? I didn't lose with you. I won because I learned. But you need to make sure that you learn. Stay focused and motivated. Focus is really waking up every morning and knowing why you wake up. I have to give you my tip is I have 2 daughters. And I want to be an example to my 2 daughters. So every morning, even if I don't want to get up, I'm thinking, you know what? They're watching me. And they emulate and model what I do. So yes, I'm getting up and I'm focused because I want them to have the best model possible. That's me. And I'm motivated for the same reason. I want to give them the life that I think they deserve. I brought them into the world. I brought them. They chose me, but I brought them to the party. So I want to make sure that they have the best party ever. So it keeps me motivated. Seek mentorship and guidance. I can't tell you enough how important it is to have a mentor. A mentor is somebody who's been through what you're going through. They've already successfully passed it, and they can actually help you go through it. And they can teach you, and they can be that person that you can call back on and say, hey, this is happening. This has never happened to you. Find it. It's important. What are the resources for entrepreneurs? So number one, boot camps. Boot camps is what we're going to be having here for you. And it's a way for you to take, it's a certification where you will identify as a future entrepreneur or entrepreneur already working and you want to get better, how to acquire everything that you need, how to develop your goals, how to establish the business that you want, the real business that you want, how to establish a business plan, develop that plan correctly, take home techniques for successfully managing your business. So in this boot camp, in 2 days, we're going to do all these things, but we're going to do them. We're going to write them. We're going to discuss them. So that is why it's so important for me that you participate. Because today we're just learning and saying, hey, I'd like to be an entrepreneur. What is a boot camp? But I want you to be in it so you can learn and you can start really just focusing on bringing that side hustle, that family business that you never wanted to do, but now you see that there is like potential there. You found a new passion and you don't know what to do with it. Hey, make money with it. Okay? So that's the best one. So we have incubators and accelerators. An incubator or accelerator is a organization that provides the mentorship, it provides the steps, it provides the space so you can actually work there. And it also gives you networking opportunities and finance opportunities. So if you hear of a startup incubator, join it because you're going to find everything you need right there. And an accelerator is usually for businesses that have been around for 2 years or more, that are making more than $250,000 in USDs. I don't more or less think about that, and it's like 300,000 pounds UK and probably 300,000 euros, also more or less. So think about what you need and why you need it. Also, just like IIU, this is your place to be. Online platforms are here, not only to teach you, but to create communities. So I want you to know that your trainers are part of your community. The people that are with you in the lives are part of your community. And if you join certifications, paid certifications, and these are very nominal, very, very inexpensive, you belong to the community. You will join a Zoom virtual class where you will be able to see the faces of the people that you are with, and you can exchange information. So you create. So this is why paid certified certifications are very important, because it's not a live where you don't see the people. It's actually a live virtually in one little enclosed area where you see the 10, 20 people, 30 people that are with you. And that becomes your like-minded group and your community. Books, podcasts, and blogs. Every day, you should pick 3 things online to read about what you want to do. And you will learn every day. And let me tell you, IIU has a topic for everything. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you can go back and look for whatever you're looking for, and you most likely will find it. We have an IIU channel, International Internship University channel, where you can find any session. Go and find it and start studying. Continuous education is important. Networking, events, and conferences. So when I went to India for the first time in April, I went to a summit award, an educational summit award. Didn't know anybody, was invited, was given an award, and I attended. I made the expense to go. I came out with so much more than what I invested. So much more. I came out with a family. I came out with a country that I love. I came out with partnership. I came out with experiences. I came up with Best Run. So I can't tell you enough how participating in these events is very important. So let me share with you some case studies, global case studies of successful entrepreneurs. If you join when you join our bootcamp, I will give you more case studies of people that probably look more like you and have your similar situation. But today, let me tell you a little bit about successful people that we read about. So this is Sir Richard Charles Nicholas Branson. He's a British business magnate and he is a commercial astronaut. He literally is. He went to the moon. I mean, he went to space, not to the moon. To the space. He had a space mission in 2022. He is also the founder of the Virgin Group. So Virgin Atlantic, the airline, belongs to him. Virgin Hotels belongs to him. So he controls more than 400 companies in a lot of fields. Once you have money, it continues to produce, right? And reproduce and replicate. And once you have the money and you have a business that's scalable, you start to think, okay, so I can actually make money duplicating this business, but from this business, I can create other businesses. And then you have a group, you have a conglomerate, right? Like Mr. Branson has here. So he is 73 years old. He's already been to space in the Virgin Galactic Unity. And he is worth $2.9 billion. This was just given by Forbes. Elon Musk, very colorful, flamboyant person. Elon Musk is a business magnate and investor. He invests in people. This is something that's really important. He invests in talent, in new talent. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of SpaceX. So he's also in the space travel. He's an investor, a CEO. He's a product architect and the former chairman of Tesla. And you know that Tesla came to disrupt the automobile market or the auto market, right? They broke everything that we thought about cars. They changed. He was born in 1971, so he's 52 years old in South Africa. And his net worth is crazy. $248.8 billion. Oh my God. So much more than Mr. Branson. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is an American gal, one of the people that I admire the most in the world. She started with she was an American talk show host for a long time. She's a television producer, an actress, an author, a media proprietor. So she owns magazines, publications, right? She's best known for her talk show, The Oprah Show, which was broadcasted from Chicago. And I had the chance to go and visit her and see her, which ran from 1986 to 2011. And let me tell you, she is 69 years old. She looks fabulous. She comes from a very poor, extreme poverty. I mean, no shoes type of poverty. And sometimes we think that we can't get out of that. Not only was no shoes type of poverty, she was a fat girl. And she was a Black girl. And she's a girl. So 4 things that people would think that are against her. And this lady said, I don't think so. Not on my time. And she is so successful. So if you know somebody that's going through this and say, no, I'm just fat, or I'm not pretty, or I am this, or whatever it is that you think you have that is not going to allow you to succeed, you're wrong. Because these people, it doesn't matter if they're 70, if they're in their 50s, it doesn't matter where they're from, they are succeeding and they went against all odds. And this is what you can do too. And her net worth is $2.5 billion. Here we have an Indian, and I am dying to read more about her. Her name is Chitra Gurnani Daga, and she's a co-founder of Thrilophilia.com. Thrilophilia is a travel. I love it. It's travel experiences. And do you know how big? She has $74 million. That is a run-in with this lady. She's young. She's super young. She got her MBA and she developed this platform. And you know what? She used to work as a software engineer. She said, why am I creating programs for somebody else when I should be creating programs for me? This is what I'm telling you. Learn from Chitra. Learn from her. If you're doing something, why you can continue doing it, but why not do something for yourself? This is the moment. You could be making $74 million. Ritesh Agarwal, he's also from India. He went to a great school. He organized OYO rooms. He's won a lot of fellowships, but you know what? He's only 29 right now. 29. At the age of 22, he became a millionaire, and now he's a billionaire. He has businesses in 300 cities around the world. 29 years old. And this is Grace Margaret Beverly. Grace is from the UK. She's an influencer. So if there's something that you do well, if you love social media, you know that you could be making $8 million like our dearest Grace Margaret Beverly. She had this, she's a media influencer and the founder of Tala and Shreddy. Beverly's involvement in Tala and Shreddy began when she was an undergraduate, when she hadn't even graduated from college yet. So, you know, and it's all about fitness. And she is today she has a book. And she's a #1 Sunday Times bestseller. So let me tell you something. These are all different people. And this is Virginia Rivera. Yours truly. My million is right around the corner. I manage many businesses. I've created a lot of businesses. And I own a publication. And I also own a consultancy firm where I help other companies and other businesses scale and grow. I really love seeing what I can do to help people attain their financial freedom. I am extremely excited that I can live the life that I want, that I can travel where I want to go, that I can be with who I want to be, because I work every day. And I am also a partner in the Push Group and the Sport part of our trust in India. And all this happened because I took a risk, because I went, because I did, because I went after what I want. So we are going to have our Entrepreneurs Bootcamp tomorrow and Friday, or Thursday and Friday. So if you are interested, go look for it in our page in IIU and sign up. You will find it there. There is a link, and it is nominal price, very, very inexpensive for everything that you are going to get. If you can't join this time, well, I don't know when we'll be able to do it again, but I know that we will do it again. So, you know, it's been so great explaining all this to you. I hope that I was able to clarify questions. And I will look at the live anyway and see if there's any other questions that you have that I haven't been able to answer. But I want you to be an entrepreneur. I want you to make the money that you want. It could be $100 more, 100 USD more, or 100 pounds more, 100 euros more, or it could be 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever it is that you want to do. Because you know what? You are in control. When you're an entrepreneur, you are in control. And what you saw in our presentation, you have everything you need to be successful. You don't need that degree right now to start. You don't. You can actually learn, use it. You can actually go back to school if you want and get better at it. But the truth is that what you need to be successful, but you can have it all. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Remember that IIU is the revolution. We are the change, and you are part of that change. I want to thank Mr. Piyush Fendi for creating this amazing platform that allows me to be community with you. Take care. See you soon.